It was going to be a very long weekend, and it wasn't starting off all that nicely. Although I was on my way to the Writing on Stone Rodeo, and you just can't mess with that. This is, as I may have said a couple of times before, the best rodeo in the world. But one of my favorite things about it wasn't going to happen. Normally the Milk River is running deep enough that the horses can swim in it. No, not this year. But that's okay, because there's still the rodeo.
Those are the numbers we're looking for. How about the
Unlike at places like the Calgary Stampede, say, or Cheyenne Frontier Days, you are right there as the rodeo is happening. From the stands, you're almost literally within touching distance. And if you go backstage a little bit, you can actually talk to some of the competitors. That's one of my favorite things about the Writing on Stone Rodeo. You're not just watching it. You kind of feel like you're part of it. And for a photographer like me, man, it's like a dream come true. You can get angles that you wouldn't even be able to dream about at other rodeos. And I've always said that if you're not getting dirty, you're not trying hard enough. And yeah, you can get right down in the dirt at Writing on Stone. And then there's the light. Though I have to admit that with the forest fire smoke and the wind and everything else at this year's event, it wasn't that great. But late in the day, the sun did pop through. And for a few minutes right around sunset, it was spectacular. The day hadn't started great, but it ended really good. But unfortunately, I couldn't really hang around. I had to be another 600 kilometers further west for a wedding the next day. Yeah, this long weekend was going to be pretty long. The wedding went off with only a few hitches, and I let my camera rest for the day. But the next morning, Monday morning, I hit the Kootenay River Valley. I've got to say that if I was forced to leave my beloved prairies behind and had to go live in the mountains, this is where I'd go. The Kootenay River Valley next to Creston, BC is just gorgeous. And flat enough that I wouldn't feel all that homesick. So I do enjoy visiting there. But even more, I enjoy getting back to good old Alberta. The long weekend traffic was kind of getting on my nerves, so I pulled over to this beautiful little falls not far off the highway in the Crow's Nest Pass. After very little sleep and driving at this point about 1,200 kilometers, it was the perfect place to just pull over, sit back, and relax. But I still had a couple hundred kilometers to go, so I started rolling again, until I met these guys. Yes, I was tired. Yes, I still had a long ways to go. But these turkeys were just so friendly. They came walking right up to the truck, actually almost too close to focus on. And then they walked around to the front and started picking the bugs off my grill. Yeah, close encounters of the turkey kind. I hung out with them for, 20 minutes or so. It was almost as relaxing as sitting by the waterfall. But then it was time to hit the road again. There were thunderstorms further to the north and a lot of driving left to do. So yes, it had been a very long weekend. But I enjoyed all of it.